You're probably eating healthy, right? You've cut out the junk food, you're exercising 3 times a week. Maybe you've even switched to whole grain bread. But here's what most people don't realize. You could be doing everything right and still be missing the 10 foods your body is desperately craving. In fact, studies show that over 70% of Americans are deficient in at least one critical nutrient. And it's not because they're eating badly. It's because they're not eating the right foods. What if I told you that the solution isn't some expensive superfood from a remote mountain village or a complicated supplement regimen? What if the answer is sitting right there in your local grocery store, has been there your entire life and costs less than you think? The truth is, there are 10 specific foods that, if you start eating them daily, will transform your energy, your immune system, your skin, your digestion, and even your mental clarity. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what these foods are, why your body needs them, and how to weave them into your daily meals so easily that you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. Let's dive in. Listen, as we get older, and I'm talking especially if you're over 40, our bodies change. Our metabolism slows down. Our nutrient absorption becomes less efficient. The foods that kept us healthy in our 20s and 30s, they're not quite enough anymore. We need to be strategic. We need to eat foods that pack maximum nutrition into every single bite, because our bodies simply won't tolerate waste anymore. The good news? Nature has already given us everything we need. These 10 foods aren't trendy or complicated. They're real, whole foods that your grandparents probably ate, and they work. Let me show you what they are and why they matter so much. Here's where most people go wrong. They assume that if they're eating something, they're getting the nutrition they need. You have a salad for lunch, some chicken for dinner, maybe a handful of nuts as a snack. On the surface, that sounds perfectly fine. But nutritionally, you're only hitting about 60% of what your body actually requires to thrive. The problem is that modern grocery stores are stocked with foods that are calorie-dense but nutrient-poor. A granola bar that claims to be healthy might have the same nutritional impact as a candy bar wrapped in health marketing. A store-bought yogurt loaded with sugar is still loaded with sugar, even if it says natural on the label. And most people, when they're trying to eat healthy, they eat the same 5 foods on rotation: chicken, rice, broccoli, maybe some berries. It's monotonous, and more importantly, it's nutritionally incomplete. You've probably been told that you just need to eat a balanced diet, right? But what does that even mean? Most nutritional guidelines are vague and outdated. They don't account for the fact that modern farming has depleted soil quality, which means the vegetables growing in that soil are less nutrient dense than they were 50 years ago. You could be eating a head of lettuce today that has half the minerals it would have had in 1970. And here's the myth I need to bust right now. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to eat a completely restrictive diet or buy every organic product on the market. What you need to do is identify the 10 most nutrient-dense, accessible, affordable foods available to you and make them part of your daily life. That's the game changer. So why does this matter so much? Why am I telling you this right now? Because your body is working overtime to maintain itself with incomplete nutrition. Think about it like this. Your car runs on gas, right? But your body needs dozens of different fuel types: vitamins, minerals, amino acids, healthy fats, fiber. If you're only giving it 3 or 4 of those fuel types on repeat, your engine starts to sputter. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who eat a diverse range of nutrient-dense foods have a 33% lower risk of heart disease, a 40% lower risk of type 2 diabetes, and significantly better cognitive function as they age. That's not just about living longer, that's about living better. But here's what most people don't understand. The foods that pack the most nutrition are also the ones that taste incredible when prepared right. They're not punishment foods. They're not things you choke down because you're supposed to. They're delicious, satisfying, and once you understand how they work, you'll crave them. The hidden truth is that your body is constantly sending you signals. When you're tired all the time, that's often not laziness. That's your body screaming for magnesium and iron. When your skin isn't clear, it's not always a skin problem. It's usually a nutrient deficiency showing up on your surface. When your immune system is weak and you catch every cold that goes around, it's because you're deficient in the compounds your white blood cells need to function optimally. The foods I'm about to reveal to you address all of these issues. They're packed with the exact nutrients your body is craving. And the best part? They're foods you can eat every single day without getting bored because they're so versatile. All right, let's get to the 10 foods you need to start eating daily. I'm going to go through these strategically, and I want you to think about which ones are already in your rotation and which ones you're missing. Number 1, sardines and fatty fish. Let's start with sardines. I know, for some of you that sounds unappetizing. But hear me out. One small tin of sardines contains more omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, vitamin D, and selenium than most people get in an entire week. Sardines are also one of the few foods that come with edible bones, which means you're getting bioavailable calcium, the kind your body can actually absorb and use. Here's why this matters. Your brain is 60% fat. If you're not eating enough healthy fats, your cognitive function suffers, your mood suffers, your inflammation levels skyrocket. Sardines fix this. The best way to eat them? Add them to salads, mix them into whole grain toast with avocado for breakfast, or simply eat them straight from the tin with a squeeze of lemon. The omega-3s are most potent when the fish is eaten raw or minimally processed, so canned sardines that have been packed in water or olive oil are perfect. Timing: eat sardines or fatty fish 3 to 4 times per week. If you're aiming for daily nutrients, alternate between sardines, wild-caught salmon, and mackerel. The key is consistency. Your body needs these fats on a regular basis to maintain cellular health. Common mistake. People avoid fish because they're worried about mercury. Here's the truth. Smaller fish like sardines have virtually no mercury. It's the large predatory fish like shark and king mackerel you need to limit. Sardines are safe daily. Number 2, dark leafy greens. Spinach, kale, collard greens, arugula, these are non-negotiable. A single cup of raw spinach contains more nutrients per calorie than almost any other food on the planet. We're talking iron, magnesium, potassium, calcium, vitamin K, folate, and lutein for eye health. The problem most people have with leafy greens is that they eat them cold in a sad salad once or twice a week and wonder why they're not seeing benefits. Here's the solution: cook them. Yes, cooking reduces some heat-sensitive vitamins, but it also makes other nutrients more bioavailable. When you saute spinach in olive oil with garlic, you're creating a vehicle for nutrient absorption. The fat in the olive oil helps your body absorb the fat-soluble vitamins A, K, and E. Timing: eat dark leafy greens every single day. The best time is lunch or dinner, paired with a fat source. Olive oil, nuts, or fish, any of these will enhance absorption. Common mistake: eating them raw and alone. Raw greens contain compounds that can inhibit nutrient absorption. Cook them and pair them with fat. That's the winning formula. Number 3, eggs. An egg is nature's perfect food. It contains all 9 essential amino acids, choline for brain health, lutein for eyes, and antioxidants that protect your cells. A single egg yolk contains almost every nutrient your body needs to function. And for decades, we were told to avoid the yolks. That was wrong. The reason eggs are so powerful is that they're incredibly nutrient-dense while remaining low-calorie and deeply satiating. When you eat eggs, your body gets satiated faster and stays full longer, which naturally reduces overeating. Timing. Eat eggs at breakfast. 1 to 3 eggs per day is optimal. The best way to prepare them is soft-boiled or lightly cooked so the yolks remain runny. This preserves the delicate nutrients inside. Common mistake, only eating the whites. The yolk is where 90% of the nutrient value lives. Eat the whole egg. Number 4, berries. Blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries. These are anthocyanin powerhouses. Anthocyanins are the purple and red pigments in these fruits, and they're some of the most powerful antioxidants known to science. They cross the blood-brain barrier, which means they directly protect your brain cells from oxidative damage. Studies show that people who eat berries regularly have significantly lower rates of cognitive decline as they age. We're talking about meaningful protection for your memory and mental sharpness. Timing, eat berries daily. Fresh is best, but frozen berries are equally nutritious and more affordable. Add them to your breakfast, snack on them, or blend them into smoothies. The antioxidants remain stable whether the berries are fresh or frozen. Common mistake, assuming that berry jam or dried berries offer the same benefits. They don't. The processing removes most of the nutrient value and concentrates the sugar. Stick with fresh or frozen whole berries. Number 5, cruciferous vegetables. Broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage. These vegetables contain sulforaphane, a compound that activates your body's natural detoxification and cancer prevention pathways. When you eat these vegetables, you're literally turning on your body's internal defense system. The reason these are so powerful is that they work on a cellular level. Sulforaphane increases the production of enzymes that neutralize carcinogens before they can damage your DNA. This isn't theoretical. This is mechanism-based nutrition. Timing. Eat cruciferous vegetables 4 to 5 times per week. The key is to eat them mostly raw or very lightly steamed. Heavy cooking destroys the sulforaphane, so if you're going to cook them, do it quickly at high heat or steam them briefly. Common mistake, cooking them to death. If you're boiling broccoli until it's gray and mushy, you're destroying the compounds that make it valuable. Cook it quickly or eat it raw. Number 6, garlic and onions. Garlic and onions aren't usually counted as main foods, but they should be. These are allies. They contain allicin, a sulfur compound that has antimicrobial, antiviral, and anti-inflammatory properties. When you chop garlic, you damage the cell walls, which triggers the production of allicin. That's why garlic tastes sharp when it's raw. That sharpness is the medicine. These foods support cardiovascular health, boost immunity, and reduce inflammation throughout your body. And the best part? They make everything taste better. Timing. Use fresh garlic and onions in your cooking daily. Raw garlic is more potent than cooked, but both have benefits. If you eat raw garlic, do it with food to avoid stomach upset. Common mistake, using jarred minced garlic or garlic powder. The allicin in these products has already oxidized. You need freshly chopped garlic for maximum benefit. Number 7, nuts and seeds, almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds. These are concentrated nutrition. They're rich in magnesium, zinc, selenium, and healthy fats. A small handful of almonds provides more calcium than a glass of milk, more magnesium than most people get in a day, and protein that stabilizes your blood sugar. Walnuts are particularly special because they contain ALA, an omega-3 fatty acid that your body converts to EPA and DHA, the same compounds found in fish. If you're vegetarian or don't eat fish, walnuts are essential. Timing. Eat a small handful of nuts daily, ideally as a snack or added to meals. The best time is mid-morning or mid-afternoon when your energy dips. They'll stabilize your blood sugar and give you sustainable energy. Common mistake: eating roasted and salted nuts exclusively. Raw nuts have more enzymatic activity and are more easily digested. Also, limit roasted nuts because the high heat can damage the delicate oils inside them. Number 8, legumes, lentils, chickpeas, black beans, pinto beans. Legumes are protein and fiber powerhouses. They contain resistant starch, a type of carbohydrate that feeds your beneficial gut bacteria and improves your metabolic health. A single cup of cooked lentils provides 18 grams of protein and 16 grams of fiber. That's a complete nutritional profile in one food. The reason legumes are so underrated is that they take time to prepare, but that's changing. You can buy canned legumes, rinse them thoroughly to remove excess sodium, and add them to any meal in minutes. Timing: eat legumes 3 to 4 times per week. The best time is lunch or dinner paired with vegetables and a healthy fat. This combination slows digestion, prevents blood sugar spikes, and keeps you satisfied for hours. Common mistake: not rinsing canned legumes properly. They come packed in sodium-rich liquid. Drain and rinse them thoroughly to reduce sodium content by up to 40%. Number 9, whole grains: oats, quinoa, brown rice, farro, barley. Whole grains contain the bran and germ, which means they're packed with fiber, B vitamins, and minerals. A bowl of oatmeal isn't just a meal. It's a nutrient delivery system. The key word here is whole. Refined grains have had the nutritious parts stripped away. White rice and white bread are essentially empty calories. Whole grains are the opposite. Timing: eat whole grains once or twice daily. The best time is breakfast or lunch, when your body can use the sustained energy they provide. Avoid whole grains at night if you're sensitive to carbohydrates late in the day. Common mistake: buying whole grain products that are only partially whole grain. Read the label. The first ingredient should say whole wheat or whole grain, not just wheat flour. Wheat flour is refined, even if it sounds healthy. Number 10, fermented foods: sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, tempeh, yogurt with live cultures. Fermented foods contain probiotics, which are beneficial bacteria that populate your gut and transform your health. Your gut microbiome influences everything from your immune system to your mood to your metabolism. When you eat fermented foods, you're seeding your gut with beneficial bacteria. These bacteria then produce short-chain fatty acids that heal your gut lining, reduce inflammation, and improve nutrient absorption for everything else you eat. Timing: eat a small serving of fermented food daily, a tablespoon of sauerkraut, a serving of yogurt, a bowl of miso soup. These should be part of your daily routine, ideally with lunch or dinner. Common mistake: buying pasteurized fermented foods. Pasteurization kills the probiotics. You want raw, unpasteurized, or contains live cultures on the label. Refrigerated sections are usually where these live. Now that you know the 10 foods you need to eat, let me tell you the 3 things you need to stop doing immediately, because even if you add all these foods to your diet, you'll cancel out the benefits if you're making these mistakes. Mistake 1: eating these foods inconsistently. This is where most people fail. They'll watch a video like this, get excited, buy spinach and sardines, and eat them for 2 weeks. Then life gets busy, they slip back into old patterns, and 3 months later, they're back to square one. Here's the truth: your body doesn't work on motivation. It works on consistency. The benefits of these foods accumulate over time. You won't feel dramatically different after eating spinach once. But after eating it every day for 6 weeks, that's when your energy shifts, your skin clears, your digestion improves. The magic is in the consistency, not in the individual meals. Stop treating these foods as a temporary cleanse or a diet. Start treating them as permanent additions to your life. The only way this works is if these 10 foods become your baseline, not a special project. Mistake 2. Pairing these foods wrong. You could be eating all 10 of these foods, but if you're not pairing them strategically, your body won't absorb the nutrients properly. Leafy greens need fat to absorb fat-soluble vitamins. Eggs need to be paired with vegetables for optimal digestion. Fish needs to be paired with vitamin C-rich foods like bell peppers or citrus to enhance iron absorption. Most people eat these foods in isolation, which means they're missing the synergistic effects. Nutrition isn't just about what you eat, it's about how you combine what you eat. A salad with spinach, walnuts, olive oil and fish is exponentially more nutritious than eating spinach alone, or walnuts alone, or fish alone. Stop thinking of foods as individual items. Start thinking of them as components of strategic meals, where each element enhances the nutritional value of the others. Mistake 3. Assuming one food is a silver bullet. Some people watch videos like this and think, okay, I'll just eat more blueberries, or I'll just start taking fish oil. No, that's not how this works. Your body is incredibly complex. It needs a diverse array of nutrients working together. Blueberries alone won't fix your cognitive decline. Fish oil alone won't fix your inflammation. You need all 10 of these foods, eaten consistently, paired strategically, and incorporated into a lifestyle that also includes sleep, stress management, and movement. Nutrition is foundational, but it's one pillar among many. If you're eating perfectly but sleeping 3 hours a night and sitting on the couch all day, you won't see the benefits. Stop looking for shortcuts. Start building a system. Here's what I want you to do starting today. Don't try to implement all 10 foods at once. That's overwhelming and it won't stick. Instead, here's your action plan. This week, add 2 foods to your daily routine. Pick the ones that appeal to you most. Maybe it's eggs and berries. Maybe it's sardines and leafy greens. Master those 2. Eat them every single day. Get comfortable with them. Then next week, add 2 more. Continue this process until all 10 are part of your baseline. Your goal isn't perfection. It's consistency. It's building a sustainable system where these 10 foods are so integrated into your life that it would feel strange not to eat them. And here's your bonus tip. Start a simple tracking system. Write down when you eat each of these 10 foods. You don't need an app or anything fancy, just a note on your phone. After 2 weeks, you'll be shocked at how clearly you can see your patterns. You'll notice which foods are easy for you to eat and which ones you keep skipping. Then you can adjust your strategy based on that information. The reality is this: you don't need to overhaul your entire diet. You don't need to buy expensive supplements or exotic superfoods. You just need to add these 10 foods, foods that are available at your local grocery store, foods that taste incredible, foods that your body is literally starving for right now. In 30 days of eating these foods consistently, you're going to notice differences. Your energy will improve, your digestion will smooth out, your skin will clear, your immune system will strengthen. These aren't promises, these are biological inevitabilities. When you give your body the nutrients it needs, it has no choice but to function better. So here's my challenge to you. Commit to this for 30 days. Pick your 2 starting foods today, buy them and eat them daily. Then come back and tell me in the comments what changed for you. Did your energy improve? Did your digestion get better? Did you notice changes in your skin or mood? I read every comment and I'd genuinely love to hear about your transformation. If this video helped you understand nutrition better, please hit that like button. And if you know someone who's been struggling with fatigue, poor digestion, or just feeling like their body isn't working the way it should, share this with them. Sometimes all people need is the right information to make the right choices. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.